Well wishes as soldiers in Auburn say goodbye before deploying to Cuba. Plus, a Utica man is arrested for DWI, but police say it's a face they've seen many times before. But first, a morning fire leaves nearly a dozen homeless. The CNY Central Weekend News at 6 starts right now.
From CNY Central, this is the news at 6.
Good evening, I'm Dora Scheidel. 9 people are homeless tonight after a major fire just north of Chittenango. Fire officials say around 8 o'clock this morning, a 100-year-old apartment building caught fire in the town of Sullivan. 7 fire departments and nearly 70 firefighters responded. The fire completely engulfed the back of the building and took more than 2 hours to extinguish.
It's a 100-year-old structure, balloon frame. There's the primary flat roof, peak roof was put above it. So there's a big cock loft up there, and they just ran right through that.
Right now, officials say the building is a total loss. With 6 apartments in the building, 9 people are without a home. Most are staying with family and friends in the area, and the Red Cross is paying for 2 others to stay in a nearby hotel. New at 6 tonight, neighbors are describing the chaotic scene they woke up to. Some say they woke up to shouts and screams coming from neighbors, seeing the fire inside the building. After everyone made it out safely, keeping their neighbors calm became the #1 priority.
They're confused, they have no idea what's going on, and the best you can do if you're watching it is to comfort them. Yeah. I mean, your heart's racing yourself, and you're thinking, how bad's it going to get? Is just, something could explode? Is everything taken care of?
Coming up tonight at 11, our Alex Rusilla spoke with the heroic neighbor who ran into the flames to help families get out safely. Well, another gorgeous day with the sun shining and these warm temperatures. It just doesn't get much better than this. Meteorologist Mike Brookins has an early look at your forecast. And Mike, we are having the best luck when it comes to weekend weather.
Dora, I'm losing count. Is it 6 weeks, 7 weeks?
I don't know.
Weekend after weekend, we've been dealing with these awesome conditions. Yeah, I didn't think we could get better than yesterday. I think we did. We've got low humidity, nice breeze, and still a good amount of sunshine. A blend of sun and clouds directly overhead of Syracuse, some clouds in the distance to the south. There's the Stanley Law Sky Watch with our Adirondack Furniture camera. What I think is so nice is we're getting these summery warm temperatures to end this holiday weekend, but we don't have the humidity that usually comes along with the heat once we start to get into those dog days of summer here past the July 4th weekend. So we're at 84 degrees right now. This is the new high temperature for the day. We're a couple of degrees above average, but that wind and the low humidity feels great, feels awesome. 79 up in Fulton, Watertown, slightly cooler in Saranac Lake right now at 71. There are some clouds to the south as well as a couple of sprinkles near the Pennsylvania border. There's live triple Doppler radar, and you can see the dry conditions throughout all of central New York. It'll stay that way most of tonight. Very late tonight, we'll watch a chance for some showers with a warm front to come in north and west of Onondaga County. But this evening, enjoy it. Sunshine and clouds, partly sunny, turning mainly clear by 11 o'clock. Our temperatures fall into the 70s by 8 o'clock, and the wind will be dying down early this evening. So very comfortable yet again. Higher heat and humidity the next couple of days will fuel some thunderstorms. We'll let you know if those could be strong or severe coming up.
Thanks, Mike. Soldiers from the New York Army National Guard spent the afternoon saying goodbye to loved ones before heading off to active duty. The troops from the 102nd Military Police Battalion said goodbye to family and friends as the unit departs for Fort Bliss in Texas next week. From there, the team heads to Guantanamo Bay to provide command of the federal detention facility.
We're fortunate that we're going to a pretty safe environment, and so some of the families are a little, hey, you're getting off easy with this one, but a lot of us have been overseas and really, had a tough time, and it is harder for the families back home. This is the final goodbye. It's the mothers and the wives and even the parents know that it's a little harder without, their loved one being home and also helping out.
Lieutenant Stedener says being in close contact with loved ones while they're away helps them stay focused on their mission. A bicyclist is dead tonight after a car slammed into him in Oneida County last night. It happened in the town of Lee on the Stokes-Westernville Road just before 11 last night. Oneida Sheriff's deputies report the car hit the bicycle, which was riding in the opposite direction. The bicyclist was brought by helicopter to Upstate University Hospital, but died from his injuries. His name has not been released yet, and the crash is still under investigation. New Hartford police say a man arrested for driving while intoxicated in a hit-and-run Friday was a familiar face. 29-year-old Jason Hammond of Utica had been arrested for DWI 4 times before. On Friday, he was arrested after he hit a signpost at a Home Depot. He was charged with fleeing the scene and DWI. According to police, Hammond had just been released from state prison a few weeks ago, where he was serving time for a previous DWI charge. A Palestinian-American teenager visiting Jerusalem from Tampa, Florida, was released from police custody today. Israeli police were caught on video beating the 15-year-old boy, sparking outrage in the region where tensions between Palestinians and Israelis were already on the rise. NBC's Ayman Moyeldin has more from Jerusalem.
It was an emotional scene here earlier on Sunday morning when 15-year-old Palestinian-American Tariq Khadir from Tampa, Florida, was released to his family. Now, today it was his mother and father, as well as a member of the Israeli parliament that came to pick him up. They were required to pay a $900 bail fee. They also have restrictions on their teenage son's movements. He's not allowed to return back to the family home in East Jerusalem. Now, that has angered the family because their son was released without any charges, yet he was still required to pay that fee and have these restrictions imposed on him. His case drew international condemnation after video surfaced showing Israeli police beating the young man almost to the point of unconsciousness, according to the kid after he was released from prison.
I remember like 2 people coming in and hitting me from behind, and then I went to sleep. That's it.
Meanwhile, overnight, the Israeli Air Force took out several suspected targeted sites inside the Gaza Strip. This also came on a day of Palestinian rocket fire into southern Israel. The Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says his government will act responsibly and calmly to any threats coming out of the Gaza Strip. Ayman Mohyeldin, NBC News, Jerusalem.
Could your personal information be in the hands of the NSA? Still ahead, the results of an investigation which showed just how many foreign enemies are being stopped by the controversial spying habits of the National Security Agency. Plus, for the first time in years, firefighters in New York are mourning the death of one of their own. But first, here's a look at today's obituaries.